library patrons. I'm Dr. Haley Blackburn, one of the librarians here in the Kramer Family Library. Today's video is going to show you how to search for newspapers and trade journals within the library catalog. Now, I'll be using an example from Professor Tom Wahl's TCID 2080 course, really focusing in on examples of washing controversies that have been in the news. But remember that these tips, tools, locations, and search strategies can be used for any topic where you're trying to find newspapers as data points or sources. Now, I'm going to start on the KFL homepage and we'll flip over to the web view. I'm going to show you how to search in the OneSearch bar to find newspaper articles. Then I'll point out some specific databases where you can access and sort of browse these different newspaper sources. And last, I'll show you where you can read the most current print versions of different trade articles, publications, and papers right here in the library. All right, let's get to research. I'll meet you over there. So the first thing we're going to look at is the standard OneSearch bar using our advanced fields. And there's those filter drop downs where you can actually search publication titles. So if we start with the Wall Street Journal, filter it by different time frames or years, that is a great way to begin with the filters. We can also hit search and notice we have 30,000 multiple options, but all of them are going to be filtered by the Wall Street Journal. Now, for your specific topic, you'll want to enter that subject area. So if I'm starting my investigation on maybe Coca-Cola, I would type that in the subject bar, and now I have every article in the Wall Street Journal that is related to Coca-Cola, has that full Coca-Cola in the search. Now, if I'm specifically looking for, washing controversy, health washing, what they've been marketing with sugar, I can add those to the advanced search, and now I'll pull up Coca-Cola plus health washing or sort of sugar commentary. Now, if you want to clear the publication, so you just want to know what everyone's published on that topic, we could just take those search topics, remove the publication limiter. You can even remove or keep the brand name and go ahead and adjust the filters to see what new information comes up. So now I'm getting a lot of things published just about washing. So on the sidebar, you want to filter for things like newspapers or magazines. All right, the next thing outside of the OneSearch is going to be our subject databases. So under the databases, there is the option for news, and within the news database is where we can find a lot of specific kind of regional options in there that publish different news sources that we can search through. Now, one of the broadest ones, if you're not looking for a specific region, is going to be that Nexus Uni when we're in any of these databases. But in this Nexus Uni sort of news database, you can filter by content type and then do much of the same thing that we did in the OneSearch. Look for health washing, add your additional limiters, and you can see what is coming up in the news about washing or whatever your subject and topic is going to be. Using that and is how we additionally limit. So again, adding the Coca-Cola, now I can start filtering and looking for more things related to what that specific brand or second subject line that I'm searching for has. All right, that's going to be one of the better databases to use. If you're looking for just general magazines and sources, we do have a database called Flipster where you can kind of browse different trade journals or magazines. This does not have a strong search function, so you won't necessarily search for topics. It's more to just read what is being recently published in your field or your industry. Last, we have these research guides on a lot of different subjects and topics. One of them is newspapers. So if you click on that, you can just get a little bit more help, support, recap of how to use our newspaper searches. Those of you who are in Professor Tom Wahl's 2080 class, there is a LibGuide specifically for your project on investigating misleading communication, where you can get those project details and then the sources, potential search terms, and tips for your classwork specifically to kind of get you started as you work through. And of course, you can always reach out to your subject librarian for a research consultation on your topic specifically. Now, the last thing that I want to show you is our physical collection. So we also have select papers and magazines that you can come in and read. Again, not the best for a specific topic search, but if you just want to stay up to date on the news in your industry, your field, you don't want to pay for all of those subscriptions, you can read them for free. We have the local papers, the Gazette, the Denver Post, as well as those national papers that you might want to, flip through the business or the, economy or, whatever section, world news is important for your project in your paper, especially if it's related to current events. On the backside, we also have magazines, that could and be of interest to your field if you're browsing. You can't check these out, so you do need to read them in the library. Pick one of our nice comfy couches or chairs and then return them to this basket when you're done. But keep in mind, these tips, these databases, these search ideas can be used for any topic that you need newspaper as sources or data. Thank you for watching. This has been a production from the Kramer Family Library. Visit us for help with all of your research, sources, reading, and project needs.